Welcome back to the sewing tutorial of our underbust blouse. So
drafting video we
start.
did in part 1. If not watched it, go back to my channel and watch the part 1. And this is the piece. I've already cut out the fabric needed for the piece, okay, for the blouse. So here I cut it into 4. I have 4 of these. I have 2 of these. Unfold, unfold. Then this one I have 2, and it's in pieces, just 2 pieces. This is 4, as you can see. I counted it 4, and this one is just to unfold, okay, and this one is 2. The back piece is just 2 pieces. So this is what I mean when I say that this pattern is unfold. I could join the 2 pattern pieces together. After removing the darts, I cut out the dart and joined the 2 pieces together on my fabric. I folded my material into 2, then I cut it out twice. I cut out the first one and then cut out the second one, making it 2, as you can see. For the bust and shoulder area, this is what I have. Remember, we did slash and spread method. So I am removing the pin. I am going to divide it into 2 because I have the same material for the lining and the main piece. So I divided it into 2. One is for one side of the breast and another one is one side of the breast. For the back piece, I am going to cut out the dart for the back piece, and after cutting out the dart, I am going to join them together like this. I will separate the 2 bags and join one side like this with half an inch, and I will pin it down and do the same on the other side. So after joining, this is what I have. I also iron it down. So this is what I have for the back piece. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut our interfacing. So this is my interfacing for the back. So I'm trying to trace it with the back neckline, okay. This is just a little piece for the back interfacing. So I'm going to use the one I've cut out already to trace out the exact same thing on the other small piece that I have. And after that, I am going to attach it like this. I will attach it right side facing right side, and I'm going to use half inch to join it on the neckline, okay, like this, and I'll stop. Then this is what I have after joining. As you can see, it came out so neat. So we are going to work on the breast area. So I have 2 pieces like this unfold. So I am going to join it like this and stop there, that place that my hand stopped. I'll use half inch and I'll sew like this all the way like that, and I will stop here, okay. I will do the same on the other side of the piece, and I will show you what it looks like, and I also notch it down. After sewing, I am notching it down, okay, so that it can last very well when I iron it down. So after that I'm going to iron it down. As you can see, it came out so beautiful. So now after ironing, the next thing I am going to do is to gather the down part of the bust area, okay. So now I have the under bust cut out with me, and I'm going to measure around the bust area, okay. I have 14 inches. So the next thing I did was I marked 10 inches from the shoulder line. I marked 10 inches like that. Is going to be our neckline, okay. That's going to be my neckline. Then I'm going to sew like this just for the gather, free loose stitches. So I'm going, after sewing, this is what I have. So I'm going to start gathering. Please make sure that the gather is mainly on the center where I just touched my hand. That is where the gather is going to center. But if there is any more gathering remaining, you can decide to just spread it around the bust area, but make sure that the gather is on the center of that bust area, okay. So now I have so many gathers there, so I had to separate a little bit of it, okay, to the other sides, just to the round sides of the bust area. Remember, we are stopping at 14 inches. So when you are gathering, remember you are going to be measuring to know when you got to 14, and then you stop and measure. So I will do the same thing on the other side of the bust, okay. Make sure that the gather is centered on the center. Then measure the 14. Make sure it's 14. As you can see, this is 13.5. So I'm making sure that it is 14 inches after making all the gathers. That is 14 inches. So I'm trying to make it 14. So I'll measure it again to know if we have gotten the 14 inches that I want. So we're going to measure it again now. and after measuring, I have gotten the 14 inches. As you can see, I even have more than 14. So now I try to adjust this because I have like 14 and a half. I'm done with the two sides of the bust here. As you can see, it's not busty, under bust gather. So I'm going to attach it to the under bust now. Okay, I'm going to use half inch to join it like this. So before I join it on the center here, now I'll come down by half inch. I'll come down by half inch because that half inch is what we're going to use to close the rough edges, as you can see. Because after joining this underbust, it's going to be rough on the inside, so we are going to use our lining to close it. You will not even know that something happened there. So after joining it around, this is what I have. I'll use half inch to sew it around, and I'll do the same on the other side like this. So this is after joining it, and this is what I have. I went ahead to iron it and I got this. So I'm going to use my lining now to close it. That half inch that I went down by, this is where I'm going to be joining it. Okay, I will join it all around like so, and after joining, we iron it down to close the rough work that we did inside there. So this is what I have. Okay, you hardly know the front and the back piece. Okay, this is the front piece, and as you can see, it came out so beautiful. This is the back piece because I used the same piece for the lining and the main piece. So for the back piece, I'm going to add my zipper to it. After attaching my zipper with the 1 inch zip allowance that I created, this is what I have. I went down to iron it. I'll still weave everything. Okay, so now I also hem the down part of the back piece. Now it's time to hem the front part of the front piece, and I'm going to hem it like this. Watch what I did here. Okay, so I'm going to pin it down and use half inch to sew. Okay, and then unfold it from the opening by the side of the front piece, and then iron it down. Next thing I'm going to do is to join the front and the back piece together, and then join the shoulders. Okay, the shoulders of this piece, I'm going to use the front piece lining to cover up the back piece. Okay, like this, and then you use half inch to sew on the shoulders, and then after doing that, I'm going to iron it down like so. Okay, and this is what I have, the front and the back piece joined together. So I will flip over to the back like this, and then add my measurements to it. Okay, I'll check my shoulder measurement, just little adjustment, my shoulder measurement and my body measurements, doing some little adjustments. Okay, making sure that I have the right body measurements, and then align everything together. Okay, and after that, we are going to work on the sleeve. So for the sleeve, I had the remaining piece folded by 4. I folded by 2, and I folded by 2 again, making it 4. So it's just a little balloon sleeve with the remaining material. I'm going to make it a small balloon sleeve. I'm going to divide my round armhole measurement, and I have 10. I added 1 inch, making it 11. So this is the starting of the sleeve. So I am going to just mark an armhole curve like this, and then extend the line to the end of the fabric like this, because it's a balloon sleeve. Okay, it's not that big balloon sleeve, just a little piece. Okay, and then cut it out. So after that, I am going to open it up, and I will just leave a loose stitch at the down part like this, and I'll gather this place, and then just close it with a little piece and attach it, join it to my sleeve like this. Okay, I'll join it to my sleeve opening like this, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. And this is what it looks like at the end of the day. Okay, it came out so beautiful. And this is the front piece of the blouse. It came out so beautiful. This is a crop top shirt. It's not a blouse, it's a crop top. So now this is how it looks on my mannequin. If you watch this video up to this moment, please don't forget to like, share and comment on my video. Okay, it came out so beautiful. This is a 2-piece trouser and a under blouse top, and it came out so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next tutorial video. Bye.